What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Movement Mindset powered by Station Athletics. I'm Chris Hardenberg here with Joe Passalacqua. And today, and the title of this episode is we're talking about why the whole you got to wake up at 5 a.m. to be any sort of success is a crock of crap.
It's everywhere. It's like, I feel like everywhere you look, it's like, do these 10 habits and you're going to be a different person.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's bullshit.
Yeah. How many times do you see like these Instagram gurus? It's like, hey, it's my morning routine, Brandon. I'm up at 4:30. Next thing I do is I drink a green shake of mud. And after I drink my mud, I meditate for 20 minutes. Then I journal for 40 minutes. I red light, as Joe says, red light therapy on my butthole for 30 minutes. I do some yoga, vinyasa flow, and I start my work.
And then I go in an ice bath and then put a suit on.
Yeah.
And now it's 11:30.
Right. It's 11 o'clock. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What if you, instead of waking up at 4:30, 5 o'clock to do that, to get ready to live your life, you just said, hey, I'll actually get more sleep. I'll wake up at 6:30. And you know what I'm going to do as soon as I wake up? Grab a cup of coffee and get the heck on my computer to start working. What if you did that and I did that and now I'm ahead of you by 4 hours because I don't have to red light my butthole?
So like, here's a great example. Okay. I have been waking up, I don't know, I wake up like 5:30.
Sure.
But like, I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
I just get up and I just start moving. And then I'm like, all right, coffee. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
I do my best work
from
typically 7:30 to 9:30 before anybody fucking is there to bother me in the office. Right. That's when I do my best. Like my best work is typically done on that time. And then my best work is done again after I work out at about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Right.
For like 2 hours. I'm not saying I get stuff done throughout the day, but that's when all the busy work starts. That's when the phone calls start. That's when the problems start.
You're putting the fires
that's
out.
When someone's like revolving door in my office, right? It just doesn't stop. But my point being is being regimented is the only thing that matters to accomplish small tasks over the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So if you have a big picture, so what's our company goal?
Yeah, to grow as big as humanly possible.
Yeah, as big as humanly possible. And we're in the micro level of that. But what me and Chris look at every single day is how do we make this system easier so we don't have to worry about it anymore to be able to focus on the bigger picture?
Yeah, because our big goal, just so everyone in the company knows, but our goal is to have 2,000 members by the end of 2026 and 20,000 by the end of 2034.
Yeah. So in 10 years, we want to have 20,000 members basically within our facility.
Which would equate to anywhere between 105 to 120 locations.
Yeah. Okay. It's a big feat.
Think about that.
All right.
Folks.
Okay. So there's tons of people that talk about this. Matthew McConaughey always talks about this.
You love that guy.
I love him. He's the best. Dude is the best. So when you like look at how these people became famous or rich or, just like in a perspective on like a balance, it took them forever to do it. But what it does is if you really break down every aspect, they're really good at, I'm going to accomplish this small task because it enhances me to go to my next task.
Yeah.
And as you check things off the list, you're building towards your end goal.
Yeah.
Like how rewarding is it that we opened up Westfield and we're just like, cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And the gym's pumping.
Yeah. Haley's crushing it.
Right. It's like, but because we set it up properly.
Yeah.
The right people were in place.
Yeah.
We followed our tiers and our guidelines of everything and we're good. Okay. There's no backtrack.
Yeah.
On a location. Some it's opening in, was that 3 months?
Couple months.
Roughly 4 months.
Sure.
Okay. That process is going to be even easier.
Yeah.
Because we've done it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we fine-tuned that process over and over and over again. But it's because we broke down every single micro part of the gym business for the end goal of opening a location and being hands-off, but really the end goal of 20,000 members.
Yeah. So let's circle back a little bit. I think, listen, at the end of the day, when people are portraying this, gotta wake up early, the way I look at it, and I know you look at it, is like, okay, what's the principle here? At the end of the day, if you're gonna be successful as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to do work when other people are not willing to do work.
We talked about this last week about how I'm like, fuck, I have all these contracts on my desk.
Yes.
I'm gonna blow my brains out, but I had to finish them.
Yeah.
Because I was on a time crunch where if I don't do this, we're going to be delayed for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. And so you have to be willing to work when other people are resting or sleeping. So does that mean getting up at 4:30 or 5? Maybe, right? Could that mean if you're a night owl? A great example. I have a friend through church who works for Google. Has a really nice job with Google, does really well. And for a while, he was kind of managing a team and having to do code at the same time. So he was super busy. But what he did was he said to me, he's like, yeah, I have no problem writing code after my wife goes to bed at, let's say, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'll write code from 10 to 1. So he's a night owl.
That's wild.
Right? So he had no problem working from 10 to 1. And then he'd get up, or 10 to midnight, he'd get up at 6, 7 o'clock with the kids and go about the day. But that's when he did his best work for the coding. Me, there's no way I could do that. I'm much better like you. I'll get up at 6 and work. I'll get up at 6:30 and get my cup of coffee and start early. But for him, if he fell into, well, everyone says I have to get up early, he's probably going to get up at 5 in the morning and get nothing done because he's a night owl. So you have to look at the principle. When are you best effective? Is it in the morning? Cool, get up early. Is it at night? Cool, stay up late. Maybe you're not really great at either of those, right? But you need to find time. So maybe you're a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night, but you work weekends because that's when people are going to rest. That's when people don't get to you. So you do your best, like big picture work on a Saturday from 7 a.m. to 11, 12 o'clock, right? And you're just like, all right, I'm just going to chunk out every Saturday in the morning and I'm going to get it done, or every Sunday in the morning and I'm going to get it done. But again, those are people who are like, okay, I know I'm not super productive early in the morning or late at night, so I'm going to be productive and just work 7 days a week. But again, the principle is I work what other people don't work because I own the business and I want it to grow. And so you need to be self-aware to be like, what does that look like for me? And where can I, again, if it's early, if it's late, if it's weekends, whatever, get right into the work instead of having this momentous like preparation period to go about your day. It's like, I have to be able to put the work in. What works best for me?
Okay, right. So then you tier that. I'm 100% in agreement, right?
Yeah.
So now you tier that into quality of work.
Yes.
Okay. So if you are on this regiment to where you think you're going to start and you try working at 7 a.m. every day, but your quality is shit, just don't work then.
Yeah.
Okay?
Figure something else
I
out.
can't tell you on a weekly basis, it'll be 1 or 2 o'clock and I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And I just stop because I know that I can't focus enough to make sure that the quality and what I'm doing is what I need to give into the project of whatever that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like another understanding is like of knowing like when like, okay, I'm gonna have a brain fart. I need to like relax. I need to figure this out. But like finding out, okay, if I'm reading this contract, right, and I'm editing this contract or I'm writing something and I can't focus on that, you just stop and you got to regroup.
Yeah.
Even if you have a deadline.
Yeah.
Right. But that's also understanding if you have a deadline, understanding what your capacity is.
Yeah. And that's where it's like you said it, like, I know I can work to 1, 2 o'clock before I start to fall apart. Right. And so it's like, for you, it's like, okay, I'm going to work to that point, maybe get lunch, chill for a second, and then work out.
Yes.
Because when you work out, it's like you see people, you get reinvigorated, you feel better, you have more energy. And then it's like, all right, now I'm ready to smash the last 2 hours of my work.
So literally yesterday, I'll give you a play-by-play.
Yeah.
I got in the office at 7 a.m. yesterday. I had to meet with Tommy about the construction for the new gym.
Yep.
Okay. And then I had to go through our pile of invoices from the property management company.
Right.
Okay. So I did all of that until about 10:30. And then I dove into the next project from there. Right.
Yep.
And then right around 1:30, I'm like, I don't want to drink more coffee right now.
Yeah, I'm shot.
So I'm gonna chill. So I chilled for about 45 minutes.
Yep.
I took class.
Yep.
4:30, went back over to the office. I had a call for 15 minutes and then I worked for 2.5 hours.
Right.
And I got everything done throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I gave myself like a mental break in the middle of the day.
Right.
Okay.
But again, it's remembering what makes you what makes you productive.
Yeah, this is why I'm like so anti corporate work structure.
Yes.
Right. Because when you're in that mentality of like a check-in, check-out of like, okay, I'm in the office at 8:30 and I don't get to leave until 5:30. I only have 30 minutes for lunch.
And when you leave at 5, it's like, no, I'm done.
Because it's everything I just said. It's quality of work.
Yeah.
So they've proven, right, when people started working from home in particular, and there's other studies on people that actually enjoy what they do.
Yes.
Their productivity is like hundreds of percent higher than when someone that's punching in, punching out.
Yeah.
Right. Why would And I wouldn't want to hire someone like that.
Right.
Right. So the dynamic of what we try to create with Station Athletics in the gym business that we have is like a healthy environment where people love going into work.
Right.
And they work.
Yeah.
Right. They do
They
not
work
work
really hard.
This isn't like, and we call them out if they're slacking on things.
Right.
Right. And the point is that we want them to show up every single day, feel accomplished, and teach them about checklist. We do this, we're getting this done, because the end goal is X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. And another thing to look at is like, okay, you talked about like around the middle of the day is when things start to slow down for you. The other thing is realizing, okay, what type of work can I get done when? So like to use myself as an example, obviously it's not great right now because we have a lot going on, but generally when like I'm in a rhythm, I like to take Thursdays and I tell our employees, hey, do not contact me until noon. Because I do my best, what I call deep thought work in the morning. So that's things like, trying to brainstorm for podcasts, thinking about different client offerings, doing like math on revenue numbers and stuff like that. Things where I have to be like actively mentally engaged and sharp to do for me is best in the morning. Around midday, I start to slow down too. And so it's either, okay, I either need to take a break and work out, or if I need to power through, what is like work that needs to be done that's like a little mindless, right? So like one of the things
I like doing the boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Our new assistant literally makes fun of me because I come in and I just start cutting paper. Cause I like it. It's like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm bored and I don't want to do what's upstairs.
Yeah. And so like for me, like one of great examples is so we have a sheet. And it's full of all of these names through the CrossFit Level 1 directory. Mm-hmm. And it's like people to reach out to about coaching positions. And we're literally always looking for coaches. And so it's like, that's something that's going to push the envelope forward. It's not something that's like fugazi, like not going to get us anywhere, right?
I'm so glad I got you.
I know. but it's something that's like, I don't have to think about because I copy and paste the email I send. You just send it through. Boom. And then it's like, cool, I feel accomplished after doing that for a half hour to an hour. I reached out to 25 people that push the envelope forward. I can take class now, do my thing. So it's really knowing how to structure that.
Yeah, it's like Courtney makes fun of me too. I do the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
This we kind of like, I know we're getting off subject, but
it's fine.
But like I'll go over to the gym and be like, and I'll start organizing stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I'll take stuff out of the boxes, paper towel, like just things that like clear you.
Yes, clear your head.
And people don't understand that it's like if you're in a desk job where you're reading documents all day long, your quality of work is going to go down
at some point.
And it's no different in our position, whether you're the manager or honestly, even if you're a coach, right? If you coach too much, you get burnt out. It's just kind of what happens.
Yes.
Right? So it's finding a nice balance across the board from everything.
Yeah.
And if you find a balance, you're going to have a lot of small wins that equate to the bigger picture goal.
Yeah. So listen, guys, at the end of the day, like Joe and I said, in our opinion, the principle to build success, whether it's in business or whatever, is being willing to put in the boring work and being willing to work when other people are not willing to work. But I want to caution you guys from falling into the dogma of like, you have to do it this way. You have to get up early. You have to red light your butthole before you start your day. And if you don't do those things, there's a 0% chance of success. I would not, don't let yourself fall into
It's just wild on how there's this whole marketing campaign around these. We talked about in one of the other episodes, right? About how they've created things out of things that already exist for quick fixes.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the same thing with work.
Yeah.
It's the whole mentality of, and we've hired a lot of people that don't work here anymore.
Right.
That fell into that. Like, oh, this job is great. Oh, wow. I have to do all these things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Because so what I take when people advertise that from a marketing perspective of like work on yourself and do these 5 things as a habit forming thing, most people take that wrong. Most people don't understand that it comes down to being able to break it down for personal development or work or whatever progression that you're trying to do, and understanding it needs to fit best in what your experience needs to be and really what your personality set and what you can handle.
Yeah, you have to be self-aware.
Yes.
And it's like, cool, I'm going to try what this person says. And then if it doesn't work, stop shoving the square peg in the round hole. Adjust it and try to find what works for you. So, hey guys, thanks for listening to this. If you like what we have to say, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram. Give us a 5-star review on the podcast platform you listen on. We'll see you at the gym.
Peace.
See ya.